Hey YouTube, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and it is Friday, January 27th, 2023. This is actually my first video of the year. I want to thank all my subscribers and everyone who checks out my channel, who watches my videos, who watch them from beginning to end. I would like to say I'm getting better at the process, but I don't really think so. But the point is I'm doing the best that I can. And it was important for me to stay committed to the process of documenting as well as showing you where I'm at in my journey. Because I, like you, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watched a lot of people as well who are in this journey like I am. So I still, to this day, I watch others and I get information that is helpful as well. So I'm hoping that some of what I share with you can help someone. That's the moral of the story. I want it to help. Let's see. Today, I want to talk about, as I mentioned, I want to give you an update, but of course, I want to mention a few other things. I would say a couple things, but it might be more than a couple. I am certainly going to try not to make this video too long because I know you guys don't like long videos, and I'm no exception. I'll look at a timeline on how long a video is. There's only a handful of people that I'll watch their videos from beginning to end. Most people, I'll watch just a fraction and then I move on to something else. But I hope that this information I share with you will be useful going forward and it will help someone. So, again, I want to show you where I'm at, let you see how I'm looking in my process. I guess I would say I'm absolutely at a point where I need to buy new undergarments, new bras, new panties, because, of course, none of mine fit, which is a good thing, a very good thing. Also, I wanted to share with you, I talked about this in another video. This is a probiotic. Of course, I got it on Amazon, and I started trying to use this, I think maybe a couple of months ago, and I had no success. But I didn't understand, even though I'd done research, I didn't really understand how this worked. I've since then been educated. It was an accident that I found out what I found out. But the point is, I know now, so I know how to use it, and it does work. And I say that because with Ozempic, it does come with constipation. It does. Nobody's going to escape that. There's something in the chemical makeup of the drug that causes constipation. So I just wanted to put that out there. It is, let's see, it's not expensive. It comes like 180 in a bottle, and it's 1,000 milligrams. I take one a day. And it keeps me regulated. Now, if you're taking one a day, and that's just me as an example, that means this bottle is going to last you 180 days. This, like so many others, you can find on sale. So you can look around and find the one that works best for you. Am I saying you got to use a probiotic? No. No. I'm only sharing with you what works for me. But you know what else? I also see a lot of people who talk about what they eat or don't eat. I haven't really made that many adjustments in what I eat, only how much of it I eat. You see what this is? I love chocolate milk. Not the 1% or the 2%, but the real thing. It takes me back to my childhood when we were in grade school and we had to line up for lunch. And back then, and this is really me showing my age, not that it's been a secret because I've always put it out there what my age is, because I just had another birthday. I'm 67. When I was in grade school, chocolate milk in the carton was 2 cents a carton. 2 cents. White milk was 1 cent. Yeah. So I hadn't found it. All stores sell it, but they sell more than likely 1% or 2%. But I get this at Kroger, and they also have this little bottle of it. I can't remember what the ounces are, but it's small, like what would call a personal bottle of chocolate milk. Same brand, Shamrock. And I like to get it on sale, but it's not always on sale like everything else. It's not always on sale. I get it anyway. I think I paid $2.99 for that. Now I have found it for $1.99 at Kroger when it's on sale. Do I have that every day? No. No. I don't have anything every day, especially if it's something that we might deem as, ooh, really shouldn't have that. It's going to do that. But when I started this process, the first thing I said to myself is, I am already very disciplined. That's why this was so frustrating to me that I wasn't able to lose weight. I am very regimented. I am very disciplined. So for me to find this, something that actually works, I have changed very little. Matter of fact, I don't think I've changed anything. I eat anything I want. For the most part, I just really don't want it. And I still, every time I go to the grocery store, if I see something I want, I grab it. Doesn't matter what it is. I can show you in my freezer right now. I bought a half a gallon of butter pecan ice cream. And the other freezer over there, there's a strawberry ice cream. Now, what I would like is if they sold the small ones. Because what happens is, okay, I got a taste for it. What does that mean? Because that's heavy cream, that's sugar, that's really sweet. So even if I have a taste for it, I can only eat a little bit. That means like a spoon. So yeah, if they sold little ones, and I know they do, but they cost as much as a big one. So I just get the big one. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. You go in the ice cream section, and now they want, I know Haagen-Dazs is $7.99 for the little one. That's insane. This is, what is it? Blue Bonnet? I think it was $3.49 or something. So and it's a half a gallon. So anyway, that's the reason. Otherwise, I would just get a little one because even a little one's going to last. And that's the whole thing with all of this stuff that might appear, I shouldn't have it. I only want a little bit. I just want to taste it. And then I don't want it. Does that mean I'm not going to want it for a long time? No, that's not what it means. I've done videos showing you the crap I keep in there. I eat whatever I want. It's just that what I have noticed with this, with Ozempic, I just don't really want it. I don't notice until I go to bed at night, I didn't really eat that much. Not really. I don't really eat that much. It's not, it's like the end of the day assessment. Before I go to sleep, I kind of assess the day, and I think, because as you know, what we consume, how we spend our day is very important, especially in weight management. And so I'm thinking, Well, what did I eat? Well, actually, I didn't eat that much. Not really. I had a few bites. That's generally what happens. No matter what I put on my plate, I only have a few bites. And when I say a few bites, I mean literally, maybe 5. And that's it. And then I'm done. That's Ozempic. And I've said this before, I will say it until I'm blue in the face. Ozempic is a miracle. It is truly a miracle. And I've heard the critics, I've heard the experts, I've heard it all. What I will say as an individual who has struggled with her weight my entire, since I was 13, when my body started changing, you know, hormones and puberty and all that, and you start developing, that's when I first noticed that I was a little bit bigger than the other girls. If I go back right now and look at photos, I was always a little bigger. You know, when other kids were climbing trees, and that's what we did back then, climb trees and stuff, I couldn't do stuff like that. Now, I wasn't obese because kids in the 60s were, you might have had one fat kid back then. You didn't have epidemic like you do now. You'd have maybe one kid. So no, I'm not implying that. What I am saying that is over time in my life, between having children and bad eating habits, and probably a lot of misdiagnosis of some sort, my weight started to climb. And I think I was maybe 20 years old when I first started using diet pills. I was telling somebody the other day, I've tried everything. Everything. I did the shots, injections, where they call themselves diet doctors then. Now I think they call themselves bariatric doctors, but back then they were just called diet doctors. That's all they did all day. I'd go in there, and every week I'd get a shot in my butt. Did it work? Some would say yes. In hindsight, no. It would work only for a small period of time. I mean, really small. Like a couple of months. You're going there every week, and they're sticking you in your butt. And you can't eat anything. You can do protein the first 3 days, and then after that, you're on this insane restriction. So, of course, it's not going to work. The reason this is working for me is because the modifications that I have made and continue to make are so manageable for me. And that's the key. You have to tailor make this to you. And that means it's going to be exclusive to you. Doesn't matter what anybody says, what I say, or anyone. You got to find the best formula for you. I didn't know when I decided that, I'm not going to make that many changes. I'm just going to see what happens. You don't know what that means because you're treading into territory you don't know anything about. And I've said this before. I couldn't find anybody on YouTube like me. There was nobody, and I still don't see anybody on YouTube who's had gastric bypass and then went from gastric bypass to Ozempic. I still don't see anyone there like me. So with that in mind, this is sort of uncharted territory, and I'm discovering things as I go, and I'm documenting things as I go. So I wanted to show you also, I track, and this is just a habit I started. I don't even know when I started doing this. But you've seen these. They sell them in a dollar store. Calendars come in all different designs and all that. You can pick whichever one you want. But this is 2022. I started Ozempic in May of 2022. And as you can see, the boxes, I started doing this. I keep my calendar on the wall over there across from the refrigerator. Uh, I started doing this years ago. This is where I put appointments and stuff. And it's across from the refrigerator for obvious reasons. Of course, I'm going to come in the kitchen in the morning when I first get up, and I'm going to look and see what's up. And that's why I said, well, is there any room in that little box for me to put something else? And I said, yeah, because a lot of days I don't have anything in there. So all I have to do is put in there, well, what's my weight today? Am I weighing every day? No. I've said this before. I weigh twice a week. I give myself a shot on Friday. Today is Friday. I gave myself a shot just before I started to record. I do Ozempic 1 milligram, but I do 1 milligram plus 0.25. Now, I started this with where I went, from the beginning to 0.25 and went up to 2 point because my insurance only covers 1 milligram. But I'm right now in the process of using up the rest of my, the 0.25 pen. I got maybe one more dose of that, and then it'll just be straight 1 milligram. My insurance will not cover more than that. I know that it goes up further. That's the reason why I've got the red pen and the blue-green pen, because it does go up. Ozempic goes up to 2 point. And yes, I know about Wegovy and Majuro and all them. Those are Wegovy is the same as Ozempic. The difference is it too goes up further in reference to strength. Okay? Because I see a lot of people on YouTube who are at 5 point, 10 point, and up and up and up. But I'm thankful for this, and that I made a educated decision to stay at the 1 point. And it was my decision. It was my decision when I wanted to change. They have a general platform of where you should be in at 1 point. In other words, you start at 0.25 and you're going to stay there maybe 4 weeks and then go to 0.5 or maybe 2-3 weeks, and then you elevate. You're getting your body adjusted to what's happening. And that's generally why those first few weeks, maybe even that month, you won't really see much happening. Your body's adjusting. It's trying to adjust to what you're doing. And that's how it is with most things. But the point is with this, every day, Tuesdays and Fridays, I put my weight in here, whatever it is. Whether it is I've gained weight or it's stabilized, meaning it hasn't changed, or I've lost weight, whatever the case is, because if I lie and put something that's not true, who am I lying to? Me. And that doesn't accomplish anything for me. Okay, but the point is, okay, I've mentioned the probiotic. I've talked about documenting that I weigh twice a week. Now, as I said before, the reason I weigh twice a week is because something I've learned over time. Yes, there are people that weigh every day, and you can. It's your choice. I made a conscious decision with this process to do it twice a week and to do it on Tuesdays and Fridays. Why? Because I give myself a shot on Friday. By Tuesday, that's like midweek, I weigh myself and I see what's up. In other words, I get on the scale and I see, oh, did I gain weight? Well, now I still got 4 days to make an adjustment, because there'll be a lot of experimenting. In other words, trying to eat something maybe you weren't supposed to, drink something maybe you weren't supposed to. Alcohol's got a lot of sugar in it. And, maybe. Or I hear a lot of people saying, well, I went on vacation and, I gained weight. See, and in those cases, you don't know. But see, if you set up a program where you monitor what you're doing, really pay attention, you'll see when it happened. You'll know what did it. Oh, I shouldn't have had that. Oh, I shouldn't have had that cookie. Or, oh, I shouldn't have had that hoagie, or whatever it was you had. I mean, I don't know, but that's going to help you to figure out, oh, I can't have that. Or maybe if I have it, maybe I'm going to have to adjust how I have it. It can't have as much. I don't know. It's like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. This, you might say, well, what is that? What's the measuring tape? This is something I started using when I started using seamstress, tailors, whatever you want to call them. But they measure. And for those of you who don't know, when you go into what is called a lingerie shop where they say you should get measured, and you go in and they measure your bust. They say get fitted for a bra. You go in and they take the tape and put it around here. Because yes, I know there's a lot of people who don't understand. So according to this, I'm 36.5. Now you might say, well, okay. Well, what a lot of people don't know is that number represents, like when you buy a bra, say for example, it's 36C. That's just a number. The number represents your width around here. That's what that number represents. The alphabet represents this. In other words, you get measured here to see just how big your boob is. And that's how you come up with the alphabet of what size you should wear. Because I know there are thousands of women out there who have no idea what size bra they should be wearing. But you can go online and see all the videos and they show you exactly how to do it. You don't have to listen to me. You can, but measuring tapes only cost $1 and you can measure yourself. Okay, so I've covered that. I've covered all this. And again, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell so that you'll know when I'm putting out content. Please like and subscribe. Let's see. I want to give you, this is week. Of course, I've got a clipboard here because of course I wouldn't remember all this. This is week 41 for me. And of course, there's 52 weeks in a year. And I'm at week 41. See, I've talked about that. My weight started at 235. Today, I'm at 166. So, that is a total of, since I started, 69 pounds. That's great. That's phenomenal. That's incredible. I'm now wearing stuff. I was almost to a point. I hadn't completely given up, but I had just about. I never really give up. I still, in the back of my mind, always hope. Now I don't have to hope. It can actually be real. It can actually happen. So, as I said, my weight today is 166. I started at 235. My inches, and that is me going around with this tape everywhere. Let's see. And I've talked about this where I measure. And this isn't the bra necessarily that I would have on. You really want to have everything in place when you do this. But this is your bust measurement. You want to do bust measurement. That's going to be here. Make sure it's straight because you want your stuff to be right. Yeah, you want the tape to be right. And then come down here. And let's see, I had to tighten that up. Now, I know some people say, why didn't you just make another video? I think about that whenever I get on here and I'm talking about all this stuff. But then I'm like, man, you know, it is so hard for me to get on here. Measure here, I think. And then come down here. Nope, 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 nope. Here. You know, as I mentioned before, you want the widest part of your hip area. Look in the mirror and make sure you got it straight. And come across there. I'm about 46 in there. And then come down here. You know where the hips stick out right in here? You want to come across there and do that. And I'm about 43 there. So that's in 4 different places that you want to measure. My total inches today is a total of 23 inches. I've lost a total of 23 inches. Total of 23. Only 1 inch off my breast area, 3 inches off my waist. I'm really surprised in the hip area. That's usually the area that, yeah, that's my biggest area. But that's usually the hardest place for me. But I've lost a total of 9 inches in what I call the higher hip area. And I've lost 10 inches in what I call the lower hip area, which is right in here, where you see where the hips stick out right in here. That I've lost the most, the 10 inches. And in here, where my butt sticks out right in here, this is the widest part because I stick out back here and it kind of comes in. But you measure across there and I've lost 9 inches. In my biggest problem area, I've lost the most inches. There will be times you won't lose weight, but you might lose inches. That's another reason why you want a measuring tape. Let's see, what else? What else? I've done all the measurements, the weight. Okay, my blood pressure, because I had to go doctor the other day. My blood pressure right now is 120, which is a little high for me. I'm usually around 113, 116. My BMI is 30.5. It started at 39. So, of course, as you lose weight, your BMI will go down. I did not mention, and I'm going to wrap up with this, is that I went on vacation, which I made videos about that. I went on vacation for my birthday, which was on the 16th. I went to Palm Springs 4 days after I got back. My doctor had prescribed, based on my labs that I had done before I went on vacation, my labs were wacky. She called in an antibiotic for me, and I took one that evening when I came home. It was on a Thursday. This is 4 days after I had gotten back from my vacation. And within 12 hours, I was so sick. I had pain and cramps, and it was just insane. Within 24 hours, I was at death's door. Couldn't get out of bed. I was so weak to the point where no curtains were open. I couldn't get out of bed. I was in bed for 5 days. By the time I went to the emergency room, I was throwing up, and I had what I thought was diarrhea, but it was blood. All this is brand new to me. Never had anything like this happen to me before. So, of course, I live right behind the hospital. You think we'll just skip on over. I was in bed for 5 days, and you might say, well, and I did get on the scale, oddly enough, because I felt so weak. My scale is right by my toilet. All I could do, and I was going to the bathroom like every hour. Every hour I was getting up going to the bathroom. I had no control over my bowel at all. Everything was coming out of everywhere, and it was all blood. I go to the hospital. Christmas, I go to the hospital. I'm over there maybe 8 hours. They send me home. Nothing seemed right about it. Even though I was sick as a dog, everything about it was very strange. I come home, I call my doctor. Within 6-8 hours, I was back over there. They kept me. I made a couple videos on that, so I'm not going to get in all of that. The point is, I'm here today. I'm in recovery. I lost 10 pounds through that process. When I came home, because they had me on, and I did 2 videos. I didn't put them on YouTube, but I think I put them on Instagram. And this was like overnight. I came home, I blew up. That's why I'm mentioning it. I completely blew up. I had at least 5 IV bags that they had hooked up to me, as well as a heart monitor. And I mean, all my numbers were off the charts. And I mean, it was just, I almost died. To summarize it, I almost died. They determined that my, my colon was inflamed. Okay, how does this happen? What did I do? You always want to know when they give you something bizarre to you, what did I do? They said it's very common. I said, what do you mean it's very common? It's not common to me. I've never had anything like this. I don't know anything about it. They said, we get at least one person a week in here with that. I said, so you're saying there's nothing I can do? The only thing they suggested is that I shouldn't have waited. I should have come to the hospital sooner. So I was there. I got out of the hospital. I went on Christmas, and I got out of the hospital on New Year's Day. So with that in mind, I've done all my updates. Again, I can't thank you guys enough. When I put that out on Instagram, I got prayers and, people thinking about me, showing me all kinds of love and such. And I can't thank everyone enough. I stand here today a very grateful person, very grateful. There isn't enough love in the world that people show each other. I want you to know that I love you. I'm so thankful for those of you who are out there thinking of others, and especially me. So, I've covered a lot, and again, I just thank you. Please like, subscribe, click the notification bell. This video, of course, is going to be, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all those places TikTok, everywhere. That's where it will be seen. So again, thank you, and thank you.